One of my subscribers did a video that I watched on law of attraction, and this will probably be a very, very short video because it's a we're really messed up in how we believe this law of attraction is working. Um, a lot of people are thinking that just think positive, just think positive. Well, you can go out and get yourself a Tony Robbins book. You can go out and get yourself a Wayne Dyer's book. You can go out and get Deepak Chopra. You can go to any motivational speaker and kind of read their books, and every one of them are going to tell you that what you think about matters. What you think about will create your day. Um, Thoughts matter. But every single one of those people are going to tell you to focus on the positive. Every one of those people have created this problem in the first place. Wayne Dyer now has cancer. That should be a big wake-up call to everybody. Cancer is the one illness that even the Cancer Society knows that can be prevented. Every cancer on this planet is something that can be prevented. Every cancer happens to be curable if you change the habits, change the way your behaviors are that created your cancer. Now, a lot of it is internal. You could be creating your own cancer by how you live your life, but ultimately how you live your life, if it's the same within your community and what your community creates for themselves, they will be using pesticides. They will be putting pollution out into the air that's toxic, that will eventually create your cancer. And that's why you have cancer clusters. Usually, you're not the only one that's got cancer in your neighborhood. Chances are there's other people that are suffering, and that's because it's global. It's not just within your home, but within your community or within your country. There's something going on in your environment, big or small, that creates your cancer. Now, internally, Wayne Dyer, kind of look at a lot of his interviews, what he does is focus on the positive. All you have to do is focus and believe in the positive and you will attract it. Well, why did he get cancer? And if you look at some of his interviews, he tells you right off the bat that as soon as your brain goes off into a negative area, that's the time you're supposed to go, oops, there goes my brain again. And no, that is the key. If you want to understand law of attraction is happening 24/7. It's happening now. It's happening now. It's happening now. It happens 24/7. You cannot shut this law of attraction off. If you look out into your universe or the experiences you have during the day, whatever it is that you are attracting and experiencing, you have to look inside yourself and say, okay, what am I doing to attract that? When you can see how you attracted the good stuff, which is what made me understand the law of attraction a lot better, which I understood a lot better before that film came out, because I was able to attract miracles. I mean, things that people say that's impossible. I mean, one of them was an airbrush. I said God was mailing me an airbrush, and within 2 weeks, a mail brush was mailed to me. No credit, no savings, no income, and I wanted to buy a house in the most expensive area in town. Went out and said I'm buying a house, and boom, within a flash, I was moved into a brand new home in the most expensive area in Canada. Now, also had a lot of abuse, so I had these two things going on that I needed to understand how reality was being created. I could see exactly what was making the good shit, the miracles happen, and I was seeing exactly what was creating the hell. It was the hell that you want to study. Don't look so much at why you're creating the good stuff, because that's a piece of cake. It's the bad stuff that you want to kind of reflect on. When your brain goes off into that negative area, that's the one you kind of want to look at. Why is your brain going down that bad path? Why was I creating that abuse experience? You can't look at the world being pushed on you. You got to look at that you are the magnet to your world. So as soon as you start looking at the reasons why you're experiencing the negative experience that you are, then you can start making some shifts. So it's not your thoughts are going to create the reality you have, it's more your belief systems that are going to create. So, when you go into, creating a miracle, I looked at what I believed at the time. I believed I was going to get it. Everybody around me was thinking I was a friggin' nut. It's like saying I want an elephant to show up in my living room. If I said that but believed it, and the key word is believe, if I believed that without a doubt, not 1 second of doubt, an elephant would have appeared in my living room. But you have to be stronger than everybody else that's going to criticize you, because anybody that's going to criticize you, they're going to put some doubt, and that doubt is going to shift what it is that you believe in. So if you want to create any shit in your life that you really want, you have to kind of believe it. If you don't believe it, then it won't happen. And when I was creating the negative experiences, a lot of it had to do with my beliefs as well. I was always believing that everybody was doing shit to me. And, I had to take a big pill and say, okay, maybe some of the stuff was being created by me. And that made me make some life changes. That makes me really change my world. It really opens up my world to possibilities when I can own responsibility to, okay, it's all me. There's something within me I believe this needs to happen. So it is a process of you constantly examining and being aware of all of the small things that you believe. They'll come out in your complaints. They'll come out in your excuses. Those are the unknown problems. And if you can look at all of your complaints and see, is that really true? Do I really want to believe that? Do I believe I have no power? What are my excuses? Excuses are even better to see, because an excuse is nothing but an excuse. It's why do you have that excuse? What is the belief behind your excuses? Change what you believe and you change whatever it is that you attract. And it's really deep core DNA shit, because your DNA is basically made up of all of your belief systems. So what it takes for a person to have blue eyes is a belief. Through your genetics, you have what it takes inside you. You have the knowledge of what it is to be a person that has blue eyes. You have all of the belief systems. You have all of the expectations. You have everything that will make you behave like a blue-eyed person. And blue eyes, for instance, is nothing but how information is being received into the freaking brain. How the eye receives information determines the color of the eye. So I have to have some deep-coded DNA belief systems that says I need to attract information only in this way. It's really kind of deep shit. But if you really want to examine and control the reality that you want, if you want to understand this law of attraction, don't look at feeling good. Don't look at focusing on the positive, because the more you focus on the positive, the more you're ignoring some negative, and that negative shit is what's going to attract more. The more you want to go on the positive and ignore the negative gets stronger. So you want to change. You want to have your focus totally on what the negative shit is in your life and transform that negative into the positive. It's no longer about everything is positive. It's about going into the negative and saying, okay, what's causing it? What belief do I have? What do I need to change that belief in order to make it positive? And then when you can do that process, you'll find your life change. You'll find that you can attract anything. Give it a try. Peace out.